Hello friends, how are you all? Welcome to our JavaScript video tutorial. Today we will talk about the most important concept in JavaScript, break and continue in JavaScript. Both of these are loop control statement that helps to control the flow of our loops. So let's start today's session without wasting any time. So first of all, we'll look at the break statement. The break statement immediately stops the loop. Once a break is reached, the loop ends and JavaScript moves on to the next part of the code. We use this statement when we want to stop processing after meeting a specific condition. For example, if we have a list of college subjects like physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and computer science, and we want to select only one particular subject like mathematics, we can use the break statement to stop the loop once we find the subject. Here you can see in this there is a JavaScript code of this example. I'll open this code editor. I will also open console. Here you can see it is printing mathematics. I'll let you understand the flow of this program. We have created an array here with containing multiple subjects like physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and computer science. And we have made here a variable name chosen subject is equals to mathematics. Now we have created here a for loop. We are initializing let I is equals to 0, and we have written here I less than is equals to less than subjects dot length. Here the this subjects comes from this array names. Now dot length is a properties that checks all of these length, and here we have incremented that I that will go further when checking these iteration. And here we have made a conditional statement. If subjects I is equals to chosen subject, that is mathematics, then it will print this console.log selected subjects plus subjects I, and it will break that code. Now here you can see I'll write here to understand it much further console.log subjects. Wait, I'll just take this and I will do this. I'll remove this. Here you can see that when the loop starts with I is equals to 0 and checks each element in the subject array. Now first, for when I is equals to 0, the subject is this subject is physics, and this does not match with the chosen subject mathematics, so the loops continues. It's come outside this conditional statement, and here I now I is equals to 1. Now the subject is chemistry. Now this checks if it is equals to chosen subjects mathematics. Now this does not match, so the loops continues and the increment happens, and let I is equals to now 2. Now in 2 the subject is biology, and this does not match the chosen subjects mathematics, so the loops come outside the conditional statement and further check that then the let I is equals to 3, then the subject is mathematics. This matches the chosen subject mathematics. This console.log is printed and the loops break and no further subjects are checked. As you can see here that it checks the first subject, then it prints physics, then it prints chemistry, then biology. Then when it's met the condition of the chosen subjects, it prints this one. Now, so this breaks the statement. So what happened if I remove this? As you can see here, I will just remove this break statement. You can see that all the subjects are being printed. After the mathematics, computer science is also being printed. So the break statement is useful when we want to stop our program when the condition is met. So here I will also write break again. Then you can see the output. Here you can see it prints physics, chemistry, biology, and when the chosen subject is met, it's break the program and stop the program immediately. Now let's talk about another example. Example 2. Stopping the search for a number. Let's say you are looking for the number 7 in a list. Once you find it, you don't need to continue checking. As you can see here, there's a JavaScript code and we have written here let number. We have created an array and it contains the list of a number like 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. And we have created a for loop and inside that we have written conditional statement. I'll just check this code to understand it more properly. I'll copy it. I'll paste it here. As you can see here, it is printing found the number 7. And here we have made an array containing the list of number 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10. And we have made a for loop. And I have talked it about earlier that how it's worked. We have initialized an I here and we have written here I less than number dot length. Now the length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The length of a number is 6 and we have written here increment I plus plus and we have written here conditional statement if numbers I is equals to is equals to is equals to 7. If the number is equals to 7, then we will print this and we will break the statement, the program. Now to demonstrate this, that program is running and iterating through all the array. I'll write here console dot log and I'll just check this code. Control C. As you can see here, it will check first let I is equals to 0. So it will be 2. Now it will check if 2 is equals to 7. So it is not 7. So it come outside and it will print here. So it is, as you can see, it is printing 2 here. So after that I becomes 2. Now it's check if 4 and at 2 index there's a 4 and it will check if 4 is equals to 7, then it is not the meeting the condition. So this prints the number 4. Now let I is equals to 3. So it's check if 6 is equals to 7, then the 6 is not is equals to 7. So this prints the 6 number here. And after that, when the I become 4, at indexing 4 there is an 7, as you can see here, and 7 is equals to 7. So this prints the console.log found the number plus number I, and this breaks the statements here. If I remove this break statement, as you can see here, the statement is not being broken here. After 7 founding the numbers are being printed. Now I'll just do this, and if we will write here 4, you can see that the number iterates and it finds 2. Then when it found the number 4, will print it. Now let's look at the continue statement. The continue statement skips the current iteration and moves on to the next one. Unlike break, it doesn't stop the loop entirely, it just skips over the current step. For example, if we are looping through subjects and we want to skip a specific subject like environmental science, we can use continue to bypass it and keep looking at the other subjects. As you can see here, there's a JavaScript code here. I'll just take this code, I'll copy it and I'll paste it on our code editor. As you can see the output here, we have made an array containing the list of subjects physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, environmental science, and statistics. And we have made a variable name unwanted subject and we have made a value string environmental science. And here what we are doing is we don't want the subject name environmental science when we are choosing all the subject. It will just continue, will just skip the unwanted subject and move on to the next one. Here you can see we have created a loops for let I is equals to 0. We have initialized an I here and we have written here I less than subjects dot length and I plus plus. And we have written here conditional statement if subjects is equals to unwanted subjects, then it will console dot log subjects that subject name like environmental science and it will say it is not my choice, skipping it. Then it will skip the unwanted subject and it will console.log considering that we are subject that we are considering. As you can see here, this loop starts with I is equals to 0 and check each element in the subject's array. When I is equals to 0, the subject is physics. Since it's not environmental science, it prints considering physics. So when the I is equals to 1, the subject is chemistry. It prints considering chemistry as you can see here. Now when I is equals to 2, the subject is biology. So it prints considering biology. So when the I is equals to 3, the subject is mathematics. It prints the considering as you can see here. So when the I is equals to 4, the subject is environmental science. This matches the unwanted subjects as you can see here. So it prints environmental science is not my choice, skipping it. So when the I is equals to 5, it just skips this environmental science and just hop on to statistics. So when the subject I is equals to 5, the subject is statistics. So it prints considering subjects as you can see here. And if I just remove it, this line, or I'll just comment this line, you can see what it will do. It will just skip. As you can see here, the environmental science is not being printed. It will just skip that unwanted subject and will print all those subjects that we are considering. Now let's look at another example, skipping odd number. If you want to consider two only even numbers from a list like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can skip the odd one. Here's a JavaScript code. I'll just take this code, copy it, and I will paste it here. Okay. As you can see here in the output, even numbers are being printed. So here we have made an let numbers array containing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have created an for loop for let I is equals to 1 and I less than number dot length I plus plus. And we have created here if numbers I modulo 2 not is equals to 0. When we divide any number from this and the remainder is not is equals to 0, then it will skip the odd ones and it will print the even number as you can see here. And if you want to print the odd number too, I'll just take this to demonstrate you the odd numbers. I'll just write your console and I'll write your odd number. I'll just clear this. As you can see here, odd numbers are also being printed. Odd number 1, even number 2, odd number 3, even number 4, odd number 5, even number 6. This code also runs that we have understand earlier for when the I is equals to 0, the value of number is 1. So it checks if it's even or odd in and it prints as it is, as you can see here. Now let's look at combining break and continue. Let's put this all together in a real world example. Imagine you are registering for subjects in college and you want to select mathematics but skip over psychology because you are not interested in it. You can see in the example we have used break and continue in the same loop. I'll just check this code. I'll copy it and I'll paste it here. As you can see the output, we, we have created an array containing the name of the subjects like physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, psychology, and statistics. And we have written here, made a variable chosen subjects, mathematics, and made a variable unwanted subjects, psychology. Here you can see we have created an for loop for let I is equals to 0, I less than subjects dot length I plus plus. And we have create a conditional statement if subjects I is equals to unwanted subjects, then we will skip that subjects using continue statement. And if the subjects I is equals to chosen subjects, the subjects that we are choosing, it will just break all the program and it will print other the subjects that we are considering. If this condition is met, then it will print, or if this condition will met, then it will print, or else it will print all of these that we are considering. As you can see in the output, psychology and statistics is not being printed because here we have used a break statement, and a break statement stop once the desired subject is selected and control and stop the program. Now, the loop iterates through the subjects of an array. When I is equals to 0, the subject is physics. Since it's neither the chosen subjects nor the unwanted subjects, it prints considering physics. For when I is equals to 1, the subject is chemistry. It prints considering chemistry because it's neither chosen subjects nor the unwanted subjects. So when I is equals to 2, the subject is biology. It prints considering biology. When I is equals to 3, the subject is mathematics. So this matches the chosen subjects. As you can see here, it prints selected subjects mathematics and then breaks out of loops the remaining subjects psychology and statistics are not being processed. And this one psychology is unwanted subjects, so it skips. So what I'll do is I'll just take this mathematics, I'll just do this. I'll write here biology. You can see that the biology is being skipped here. Biology is not for me, skipping it. And when the selected subject is met, the mathematics, then the loops breaks and all programs are being break. I'll just clear this to let you understand the flow. I'll just do this. As you can see here, that the physics, chemistry, and mathematics is being printed. Biology is being skipped, and when the mathematics comes, it breaks the program, and psychology and statistics are not being printed. So, friends, today we learned what break and continue statement is in JavaScript. They allow us to stop or skip certain iteration based on specific conditions. They come in handy when we want to speak. If you want to know more, feel free to ask in the comment. Keep smiling and happy coding. Thank you.